Hi, my name is Alyssa, and Reborn Pelvic Health and Wellness gave me my life back. My story starts about 9 years ago. I was pregnant with my first son, and it was about halfway through the pregnancy, and I started having really bad back pain. It would radiate down my leg, and it just made it so I couldn't really do a lot of the things I wanted to. I brought it up to my OB at the time, who was just like, well, you're pregnant. You can try physical therapy if you want. And so she sent me to a referral at the same clinic, and it honestly didn't feel helpful at all. I was probably almost 30 weeks pregnant by the time I tried it, and every exercise they gave me, they wanted me to be on my back, which just wasn't comfortable and wasn't working for me. So I didn't go back, and I just was kind of able to cope doing like some water aerobics and recumbent bike. And when my son was born, the pain went away. So I thought, well, my OB must be right. I was just pregnant. So then fast forward to my second child, and the pain came back a little bit earlier this time. And I just kind of suffered through. I brought it up to my OB, who again was just like a new OB. And he was just like, well, you're pregnant. And I was like, okay. I tried a chiropractor this time with not a lot of results there either. And so just kind of plugged on through. And after I gave birth, my pain went away. And so it just kind of felt like this was something I was just going to have to deal with during pregnancy. Well, come my third pregnancy, the symptoms started at like 12 weeks, so much earlier. And it just was really, really hard to keep up with raising two other kids and just the physical demands on the body. When I have this shooting pain down my legs, I would end up spending most of my day on the couch. And I just decided just to push through. I'd have two previous OBs tell me that I was just pregnant and I just needed to hang in there. So I did. When she was born again, the pain went away. This time it took maybe a month, but it resolved, and it felt like, okay, well, here we go. It's good to just be able to move pain-free. Well, all the problems then came the fourth time I got pregnant. The symptoms started at 6 weeks before I really even knew I was pregnant. And it's just that radiating pain down the leg. I just couldn't move. I couldn't lift. It was so painful. Couldn't vacuum my floors, couldn't mop. And I just pushed through again. But when I gave birth to her, the symptoms didn't really go away. They stayed. I was having a lot of bad days. It was hard to carry her around and get her in and out of her car seat or crib or high chair. And I was feeling really, really discouraged. So at my 6-week appointment, I brought it up to my midwife, who said, well, there's a non-surgical orthopedic doctor next door. You're welcome to go try. So I did. And he said, well, your ligaments are just really loose around your SI joint. And it's just kind of something that you'll have to deal with. We can try some really expensive procedures to strengthen those ligaments and give them their function back. But it just felt like I'm not really okay just investing so much money in something I wasn't sure would work. So he also had recommended physical therapy, and I thought, okay, I'll try this one last time. So I found a physical therapist who was supposed to be pelvic floor, but it was in one of those clinics where they have multiple patients at a time, and you really only see your PT for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And the bulk of the appointment is just doing your exercises alone. And, but I was seeing some progress, and, so I kept going, and after a while, my progress kind of stalled, and I felt like the appointments weren't worth it since I was just doing my exercises at the building that I could do at home. So I decided to stop, and I felt reasonably good. I felt like I could do some of my day-to-day things. And so I thought, okay, well, I guess physical therapy worked. Well, that winter, just a couple months later, I fell on the ice, and all my symptoms flared right back up. And I thought, okay, well, I just hurt myself, so I gave it, few weeks, few months, and still nothing was changing. And I actually saw something on Instagram about a pelvic floor PT, and I thought, okay, I will just do this online consult with her and just see. And right away, I felt like I was listened to, and she's like, this is the place for you. So I found someone local, and I happened to stumble upon Reborn Pelvic Health and Wellness, and I could not be more grateful for them. From the very first appointment, I knew things were different. She spent the whole hour with me. She listened to my whole story and just told me I was in the right place and that she could help me. And that gave me so much hope. And so I came back, and week after week, I saw more and more progress. It had gotten so bad that I couldn't even push the grocery cart around. I had to do strictly grocery pickups. I couldn't get my child in and out of the car pain-free. I was really spending most of my day on the couch. And because of Reborn, I can do all of those things and more pain-free. I'm pushing heavy strollers with multiple kids. I'm getting them in and out of cars. I'm mopping and vacuuming and grocery shopping. And on top of that, I'm able to do any kind of exercise that I want to. I'm jumping and lifting and squatting and moving, and I'm honestly stronger than I have ever been. And I'm so grateful for the team at Reborn Pelvic Health and Wellness, because they listened to me. They had the expertise and the knowledge to quickly see what the issue was and to get me started on the right path. The exercises that they gave me didn't cause me any pain and were able to build the strength where I needed it. And they also have so many amazing therapy type tools in office that if I ever showed up in a lot of pain, I was able to leave pain-free and symptom-free from that day. And it kind of gave me this reset to get back on track. And I'm just so grateful for everything that they have done, for their listening and their knowledge. And I feel like not only did they give me my life back, but they gave me my life back better and stronger. And so if you have any kind of symptoms, I know they can help you, and I know that they will give you the time and attention and personalization that you need. And I just am so grateful for them.